this is Mr. Evilcheese, and this is my review of the Bandai 1/12 scale Darth Vader Dark Lord of the Sith action figure. I recently just found out about this thing the other day. I had no idea it existed, and I read some reviews about it, and it really made me want to get it because I like the Star Wars Black series figures, and once you build this thing, it is in the same scale as them, which is really awesome. And one thing about it is, even though I love the Star Wars Black 6-inch Darth Vader, supposedly this one has a more accurate helmet, and that's what I'm really excited about. So I want to... Oh yeah, I gotta put this thing together. That's one thing. The reviews said it's pretty easy to put together. It just takes some time. And you gotta snap it together. There's no glue involved. And you just gotta snap it together, put the stickers on. And then once you get it together, it's a complete action figure. It even has articulation and everything. So I'm really curious to see if I agree with the good reviews on this. But based on comparison pictures I've seen, I really do think I will prefer the helmet of this one. Here's just a quick look at what you got to put together. See, there's a lot of pieces. Basically, you have to snap him together. That looks like that's mostly his cape. And then a few little pieces look like they must go in his joints. Man, this could take some time. So here's a little instruction booklet that came with it. So you can see there what it looks like when he's completed. And I don't know, it looks like it's really going to take a little time to build this thing. But I like the Walking Dead building sets, and supposedly this is easy to put together, so I'll probably enjoy putting this together. And hopefully it turns out looking as awesome as pictures that I've seen of it did. But I'm just going to show you the helmet, because that's the first part that's in the directions to do. So you get an idea of how it goes together. And you can pull it back apart if you mess up. And yeah, it goes together pretty well so far. First piece. So I guess this is sort of like his mouthpiece, and it slides in there like this. It's pretty easy. And this is the back of the head. Where the hell does that go in there? Like that. So he almost has a head. Then this little thingamajiggy goes in here, on the top of his head. And then you stick his helmet on. There we go. There's the helmet all put together, and it looks really cool. Alright, so there he is, all built. And you probably seen in the video that I started to put on them decals. And those things are freaking tiny. Look, the little tiny dots. The black part don't even count. It's just the little silver part inside of the black part is a sticker, a decal. You gotta stick in the water and then try to get it to stay on here. It just didn't work. It was really difficult to get them on there in the first place. And then once you did, they'd fall off. So I just kind of said, screw it. The only decal left on there was this one. And all the rest I just painted. I happened to have all the colors I needed. And I just painted them on. And I think that's... I mean, it took a little bit of skill because the buttons are so tiny. But still, it looks better than it did with the stickers. The stickers just didn't fit over the buttons very well. And they wouldn't stay on. And it was just... pain in the ass. I used a couple different kind of paints to paint them on there. I used like Model Master acrylic paints and what's this one, a Tamiya color. Probably should go over either some flat clear acrylic or maybe glossy clear acrylic to make sure they don't rub off. But either way, I think that's the major problem with this figure. Like, he's easy to put together, it just takes a little bit of time. But really putting them together is no problem at all. It's the only problem, it comes down to the decals at the end. I think that's the major detraction from this figure, is if you're not very good at that kind of thing, putting the decals on, or if you're not very good at painting those little tiny buttons, then I guess that would be the major problem with this figure. But other than that, I love this figure. I think it is awesome. Like, I really like the black one. I really thought it was a cool figure. Here's a comparison. But the helmet bothered me. The helmet bothered me a lot on the black one. And the helmet looks so weird because they made it removable so you can see Anakin's head underneath there. And that's why it's shaped weird, but it still bothered me. I want it to be shaped properly, the way it's supposed to. I'd rather it had switchable heads maybe. And I think this helmet looks pretty much exact. It looks perfect really to me. And this one just looks odd. I don't know. Even like the paint, like the glossy black on this even looks better than the black on this. And then the eyes on here are like brown. I don't know why they made them brown. Get out of the way, lightsaber. Yeah, I just really think this helmet looks way better. And another thing that sucks about this one is it's always loose. It doesn't want to stay down on his head. It's always off to the side. So yeah, I definitely prefer the helmet on this one. It just looks so much better. And the neck too. Like, this one almost has no neck. It kind of bothers me. Some other things I like about this one is I like that these are plastic here. See, they're cloth here. I just don't like that. I think that looks bad. And also this part here is too big. It looks like a big diaper. Here I think it's scaled down a little more. I think it looks right. Overall, I think just the proportions and shape of his body just look better on this one. This one's just off in several different ways. And it's still cool. I'm glad Fu sent it. I really wanted it. Even if I had this one first, I still would have tried to get this one just because it's an official Black series and it still has its strengths too. I think they did a pretty good job on this ribbed sculpt here. I think that stands out a little more than it does on this one. Still, I think overall I like this one better. Another thing is the cape. That's really going to come down to preference, I think, because I think they both have their strengths and weaknesses. Like, the cloth cape can hang more naturally on this one. It's easier to maneuver around, get out of the way or whatever. And I don't know, this one still looks kind of cool too, as just being plastic. I mean, it's kind of noisy though. The type of plastic is just clink, clink, clink. But still, it's kind of cool that they made it plastic and you can actually pose it in different ways, which is kind of neat. Like, make it flowing. I'm sure I haven't really tried that very well. There you can. There's actually a joint underneath there. It's gonna be hard to see. I don't know if you can see that or not. Damn it, light, get in there. There, you can see. There's a joint in there. It actually makes the cape stick out. So that's pretty cool. These separate too, which is kind of weird. Because once you do that, it just kind of weird. And this kind of pops off easy too. That bothers me. But still, I don't know. I don't know if I will switch to capes. Just a thought, I might try it. Another thing that's weird is the chain on this one is really big. On this one you can't really even see it. Actually, it looks like it's sculpted there, but it's just not painted. So I guess I'll have to paint that. Now, I'm not sure if I said it in the beginning of the video, but The main reason I got this is because I was looking for a C-3PO, and I seen that they had one, and it looks amazing. Like, I haven't got it yet. I found this Darth Vader while looking at the C-3PO, and this came, like, and I still haven't got the C-3PO yet. Can't wait to get that one, because Hasbro hasn't even announced a C-3PO yet, and I just really have a feeling it's not going to look as nice as this model kit one. You might have been able to see what his articulation is a little bit in the video, but I'll just go over it. But it still has really good articulation, and it hides the articulation pretty well too. You see, it has a double jointed knee, and it kind of just like, it's hidden really well in there. I just really like the way that looks. And he's got some nice ankle articulation, basically as good as the Star Wars Black. So that's two things that they both have, is double jointed knees and really good ankle articulation. Now here's where some of the articulation gets a little iffy because of these cape pieces, the skirt pieces, whatever they are, because they kind of hit the cape, the bigger cape, when you're trying to get his legs to go out. You can still work, you still got to mess around with it, and you can still get him in some cool poses. It's just, you gotta, it's a little more difficult than it is to pose the legs than it is on this one. I mean, he's got the cloth cape, so it doesn't really get in the way too much. You just position them how you want. This one you got to be more careful with. But still, it looks pretty cool, I think. You can spin the torso pretty well. You can lean forward, lean back, basically just like the Black Series. The arms move around really well. There's actually a really nice, this is one of them joints where it kind of, the articulation kind of takes away from the sculpt a little bit, just because you can see that joint in there a little bit. But still, it gives really nice movement. Now the hand pops off. Yeah, that's one thing, the hands kind of pop off easy. But it's got a double jointed elbow, which I think, yeah, the Black Series only has a single joint. Yeah, the hand doesn't move around a whole lot. It can spin all around, but it's basically all it can do. Still pretty good articulation. And the head has really good articulation too. You can look around. And like I said, the cape has articulation. It's just kind of weird. So, it's a really well articulated figure. And the only problem I have with it compared to the Black Series is this cape part here. Now, it also comes with alternate hands. There's one thing that's really nice about the alternate hands is you can get him in some nice poses with both of the hands on a lightsaber. What you have to do is take this hand and pop it apart. You might need something. It's hard to get your fingers in there. You might need like a little. You might need something to pop them apart. Though I'm going to use these tweezers because they're just laying here. There we go. And then you gotta stick them on there. So there he is with both hands on, and I think that looks pretty cool. It's got snapped together a little more. But I'm not sure if the Black Series one can do that or not. I don't think he can switch hands, can he? I don't know. But that's pretty cool. And he's got some more hands. He's got an open hand like this. One for each side. So you can do some force power stuff or join me crap. And he's also got a fist. So you can be like, yeah, bitches. So that's pretty cool. And also he comes with a lightsaber that doesn't have the light coming out of it. And it has a little tab on it that you can stick it into his cape, into this little hole. So that's cool. Oh, I want to say I painted the silver on these because there was no decals or anything for them. And he also comes with this stand, which one of his feet can fit in. And it seems like kind of like it wouldn't work very well, but it actually does. It snaps in there pretty tight. And then he's on there. But really he doesn't need to stand. He stands up pretty well on his own. But it's cool. I guess if you're going to get him in a really weird pose where he needs to stand, then you got one. I really think this is an awesome Vader. Like, I definitely like it more than the Black Series one. And I'm happy that they're the same scale. The Bandai one is just slightly taller than the Black Series one. Not by much, just by the tiniest bit. So he still fits perfectly in scale with the rest of the Black Series. The one thing cool that this one can do that the other one can't is you can take off the helmet and see his head under there. which really, I would have preferred that the helmet look accurate and not be able to do that. But whatever. I mean, this one you can take this part of the helmet off. Well, his head came off, but you can pop that part of the helmet off. There you can see those decals are actually on there still, except for a couple rubbed off, but I don't really care about painting them because I don't really plan on taking it off. You actually see that they did have his head sculpted back here. They just didn't paint it. But really, I don't care. I'm not even bother painting it because I just want Vader like this. There is another thing about this figure that might bother some people that doesn't bother me. There's a weight thing. Like, this figure feels light, and I think it's because of all the light plastic pieces that, you know, you're getting a model set, whereas this is more like heavy plastic. So this just feels kind of light compared to this. So I don't know, that might bother some people, that might not. It doesn't bother me at all, really. Once again, I want to show these helmets next to each other just so you can see the differences, because I really think this Bandai one's just better. I'm going to try to show you these helmets again. So I really think this Bandai one just is way more accurate. So, I think this Darth Vader figure by Bandai is just amazing. It was fun for me to build it. It's kind of like them Walking Dead building sets. It was just fun. Some people might not want to deal with that. And especially the part with the decals or painting, because that was possibly a little more difficult for maybe like the average person to do. I don't know. But if you can do it and you're unhappy with the helmet of the Black Series figure, I'd say get it, because it is definitely worth it in my opinion. I like it so much more. Even though I do like the Black Series one, this one's just awesome. And well, this is Mr. Evilcheese. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
Yes, young Skywalker, feel your anger flow through you. You want this, don't you, Skywalker? Take it. Take it. Strike your father down with it.
I don't see anything. I mean, take what? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. This bag of piss. Take this bag of piss and strike your father with it. You don't know the power of the stench of my bag of piss. Take it and throw it at your dad. Now.
I'm not touching your piss, old man.
You damn well better not, son. If you threw that bag of piss at me, I'd take you out behind the space shed and beat your ass until it was glowing red.
Somebody, seriously, get this bag of piss off my chair.
Hold on, Luke. We can have a glow stick fight later. I gotta take him to the bathroom. Empty his damn piss bag, son of a bitch. Oh, damn it, man! You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh!